Hello parents, my name is Richard Fink IV. I'm a vocal coach and creator of the Vocal Gym, and today we're going to do a full tour of the homeschool course and parent portal where your child can earn a fine arts credit for learning how to sing. Now there are a ton of unique features that I'm really excited to share with you, so let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to do is to create a homeschool account by registering as a parent. And the cool thing here is that whether you're enrolling for a full year or just a semester, you can register today and then choose the start date of your subscription. So you can align it with your school calendar and not worry about missing out on any days that you're paying for. So in this example, we can see the parent account and one student or child has already been registered to the homeschool course. Now the parent account will only show up if you've taken a vocal assessment yourself. And underneath the child's name, you're going to see the course that they have been enrolled in, Homeschool Edition, the last lesson they were on, in this case it's orientation, how much time they have already put towards their fine arts credit, a link to the progress report, and a link to the Homeschool Toolbox. Now, once you've added a student to your homeschool, you can click on this web graph and it'll take them to their first vocal profile assessment, which will uniquely identify the relative skills of a singer according to the 7 dimensions of singing. After that's completed, they'll have the option to sign in directly using the email and password that you set up for them. But you can also access their account by just clicking here on the web graph. So this is the student dashboard. You're going to see their picture, their name, and any badges that they've earned. In this case, the example child has earned a flexibility and breathing badge for passing the quizzes within the course. And underneath that, we have the in progress section. This will take them directly to the last video or lesson that they were in. So rather than trying to find where they were, they can just click here. It'll take them right to the course where they left off. And in the upper corner here, shows the last 5 videos that they played. So if they want to go back and reference something, it's kind of a nice little shortcut to have. On the right, we have the weekly goal. And this shows how much time they've spent training. So that includes the videos that they've played and any MP3s that they've been training their voice with. On the upper right-hand corner, we have the edit goal. And this allows them or you to go in and adjust how much time to spend that week. That's their goal based on whatever their schedule is. I just reset that to 180. I now have 7 of 180 minutes that I need to reach. Here in the vocal profile section, we could see the level of experience, the assessment date, which will be displayed on the right in a bar graph of where they're at in their skills. And in this case, the singer's showing that they really need to work on breathing being their weakest dimension, meaning that they just need to work on the coordination within their instrument to improve their skills for breathing, and that they excel in both flexibility and strength. So over time, the student will retake this assessment as they continue to train, and you're going to see progress. They started here, and this is where they are now. Now, at any point, a singer can take an additional assessment. If you click on the plus right here, they can take a quick 3 to 5 minute assessment or an in-depth one that takes 15 to 20 minutes. In the final section here, My Courses, you're going to see the courses that they are enrolled in. In this case, it's the Homeschool Edition. That's the main course, which we're going to see in a moment. And then also 3 additional resources of vocal exercises that they can use to further train their voice. And we'll look at each of these. Right now, let's check out the main course, but I want to go where we left off. So I'm going back up to In Progress and clicking Orientation. So here we are on the orientation page of the main course.
Hello, singers, and welcome to the Vocal Gym.
Now, Caesar is going to walk you through all of the activities and the actual vocal technique itself being used to develop the voice. And at the bottom of every page, there's going to be a mark complete. Now this one is already marked complete because you can see this orange button on the left. And if I scroll down far enough, you're going to see where the student left off. The orange button is missing, which means these lessons still have to be done. There's quite a few, as you can see here. So I'm just going to hit next lesson, which is going to take us to how your instrument works.
Before we can dive into the steps on how we can improve our voices, we first have to look at how the instrument actually works.
Now, everything being presented inside of the video is reiterated in written form. Obviously, kids learn in different ways. Some may be able to just watch the video and soak it all in. Others will have to read it a bunch of times. But we also wanted to reinforce what's being presented through activities. So in this case, there's a question. The student would fill in their answer here. And at the bottom of this, they would hit save. Now that information gets stored in the progress report, which I'm going to show you a little bit later. And by the way, if they get stuck in not understanding something being presented, there's a little glossary link in the upper right-hand corner on all of the lesson pages. And this pops up the keywords and muscles that may be presented throughout. In this case, there's abdominal muscles. And you can click on these keywords and it'll show you where in the body that they're located as well. So there's lots of cool little things like that to really make sure they can absorb all of the information and fully understand how their instrument works. Here in the introduction quiz, there are 8 questions you can see right here. The student's going to select an answer, hit check, and they found out it was wrong. The answer was actually up top here. And then they can go to the next one. Now, they have to answer at least 80% correct in order to move on to the next lesson. Now, in this case, with the flexibility artist activity, they are given certain instructions to choose an artist, listen to it, and then respond. And there's always 5 genres being presented throughout this. We have Christian, country, pop, rock, R&B, and soul. All of the selections will link them to Spotify or YouTube to listen to the album for free, and we've selected only explicit free material. Obviously, you can work with them in selecting what you feel is best for them to listen to as well. Now, they have the option to skip this activity, but if they decide to do it, they could say what they listened to. In this case, maybe they click Dolly Parton, they put their response here, and the time that they spent on that, and then they hit save, and that'll go to the progress report, which you'll be able to see later. Oh, we also want to learn a vocal exercise, right? There's lots of those here. I'm going to click on exercise and customization. Finally, it's time to start applying all of these new concepts directly to your voice. That's enough of him. I am going to show you how each of the exercises work for each of the dimensions. In this case, we're targeting flexibility on this particular lesson. And I break down how the exercise targets their voice, how it functions, how it's going to benefit them. We do their entire vocal range together. And then there are playable MP3s. So they have a piano track to practice with. And then underneath that, there are tips on how to make the exercise easier. So if they're struggling, maybe they're new to singing, this exercise was awkward to them, there's ways around that so they can continue to progress based on where their skills are. And of course, if they found that relatively easy and they need to be challenged more, we cover that as well. Now, the next course I want to show you really quick is Beyond the Gym. This is where there's a huge resource of vocal exercises where you can target what needs to be worked on. Now, this is not progressive. So let's say I need to work on range exercise. I'm going to click on the first range exercise. And similar to what's in the course, I'm going to introduce you to how the exercise works, how it targets the voice. We're going to try the whole thing together. There's an MP3 that can be played and practiced on their own, how to make it easier, how to make it more challenging. So there's always opportunity to grow. There's also combinations of exercises. So under range, I'm clicking on related exercise. There's just a field of different versions of things that they could do to customize their training and really get the most out of their voice. And if I scroll down a little bit further, you're going to see additional vocal tip video. So here's some vocal health and maintenance video exercises, additional skill training techniques, and let's see, performance and singing. So what you do during songs and perform on stage. I think there's 300 and some videos currently, and we're going to continue to add more to this. So there's always going to be a resource of information for them to learn from. And finally, the last resource here is the Pattern Vault. In the Pattern Vault, we have hundreds of MP3s, and we show you how to use these patterns within the Vocal Gym course. But I can click on, let's see, interval patterns. And let's say I need to work on my pitches. I'm going to select this pattern, which is kind of crazy, and I'm going to hit play. There's a lot to learn here. So this plays all the way through the range, and the singer is taught how to adapt their voice, which register, which octave to move around in. So all of these MP3s are useful to every singer as long as they're doing it with good form. Now, let's return back to the parent portal. To monitor your child's progress and see all of their quiz results and assignments, click the progress report here under their name. So here's where we get to see everything that has been accomplished so far. Under Fine Arts Credit Goal, we can see the 11 minutes of vocal training this week, the 127 minutes last week, and on the right, we see that there has been 19 out of 120 hours, which is our goal for the full Fine Arts credit. Now, in the upper right here, you'll see the edit goal. If you just want to focus on the semester, you can just click 60 hours. And of course, you can always modify this and go beyond 60 hours. That shows the relativity of where you're at. Underneath is the additional activity log. This is where you can add things that are outside of the vocal gym. In this case, on July 5th, they went to see the musical Wicked at Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center. There's the time. To add something else, let's say there was choir practice at church, and they were there for 1 hour and 15 minutes. It will update automatically to the activities here. Click on the pencil edit button to modify that, and of course you can also delete it completely. Underneath that is the vocal profile, which is the same thing that your child can see. This shows the progress in each of the dimensions, and there can be many, many more of these over time. And on the left side, course progress. This one is key. I'm going to click on Homeschool Edition, and we get to see exactly where they're at. Here they have completed up to the breathing quiz in terms of the lessons. They can click on the quizzes tab, and you can see which quiz they've taken, how many times they've taken it, which questions they got right and wrong. You can also click on assignments, and this includes all of the written content they did within the course, and this is available for you to review. And activities on each of the individual pages is also saved here. Now you can also click print. It's going to save everything in that tab into a PDF file. So you can store that for your records to show what work has been done. There's also another print option right here at the top. This will show the time being put in, and that way you're going to see all the additional activity log and their progress, everything in one spot. That's it here. I'm going to jump back to the parent portal. Now to access the Homeschool Toolbox, we're going to simply click here. And here, my beautiful wife will guide you through the assignments.
Hello parents and guardians. My name is Alicia. Welcome to the Homeschool Toolbox.
So for each of the assignments included in the course, she'll guide you through the purpose of the assignments. It'll give you tips on what you're looking for in terms of the answers. And there's also PDF versions. So if you want to print out the assignment and have them handwrite the responses, that's also an option. We also have quiz keys, which is pretty self-explanatory. It is the answers to all of the quizzes. And under extras, we have additional assignments that they could do to fill out more time. And then we also have recommended documentaries. Now, these suggestions are not directly accessible to your child in the course because we want you as a parent to be the one selecting which films, if any, that you want to share with your family based on their age, their level of maturity, and most importantly, reflective of your family values. One more very cool feature of the Vocal Gym is that everything we just went over is mobile friendly. So your child can learn and practice their vocal exercises in the car, in their bedroom, and pretty much anywhere they go using a smartphone or tablet. We will also be continuously adding content and updating our site with new tools to help them reach their goals and hopefully have an amazing experience in learning how to sing, build confidence with their voice, and learn how to express themselves. And if at any point you have any questions about the courses or maybe need technical support, please don't hesitate to use our Help Center. You can also reach out directly to our certified instructors on our private Facebook group where you can ask about vocal technique and share your child's vocal journey with the community. Thank you for taking this time to learn about our homeschool course. We hope to see you in the Vocal Gym soon.